Hello, this is Tom from antiproton.com, and I'm back with an update. As of 8 p.m. and yesterday night in Japanese time, and let's see, what time is it there now? It's 5:17 a.m. They began pumping seawater into the reactor, and then they followed that with boric acid. So hopefully that will reduce the actual heat, and of course, more importantly, it will put some control over the decay products which are currently releasing radiation. That radiation is energy. Then energy impacts the atoms that are already inside of the core and deposits kinetic energy, thermal energy, which is where the heat comes from. Anyway, hopefully that will reduce the power and reduce the amount of radiation currently being released. Although the Japanese keep claiming that there is not a lot of radiation release, but random people walking around are getting tested now, and they are showing signs of radioactivity, so that doesn't quite work. More than likely, they're probably just not saying, because they don't want to stir up the public. Of course, that doesn't affect us over here in America, unless you're not in America. Keep in mind, YouTube is viewed everywhere, so, for example, if you're on the islands in the Pacific, you're probably not going to be too happy. Anyway, oh wow, look, I look incredibly ragged. I haven't really slept very much. I made a few quick animations to illustrate what's going on. Hopefully, I mean, these are really quickly thrown together animations that will show what's going on. The first one is what the Tokyo power plant said it happens, the most important part. The control rod slammed into place in the reactor, and they pretty much brought the core down to what's called a subcritical point, meaning that it cannot actually, you couldn't blow up, there's no way. Well, the enrichment's not high enough anyway, but even if it were, nothing can happen. Basically, that means the reaction is not self-sustaining. Subcritical means not self-sustaining. You have to induce fission at that point. That doesn't stop the fragments from going nuts, but it does stop the core itself from going nuts. That was the most important part, because previously they'd put out a notice that said that they could not get one of the control rods into place, but that has been apparently fixed. And my hat goes off to people who are able to get control rods fixed while experiencing 6.0 aftershocks. That's insanity. But then again, you know, here's the video. In this next video, I'm going to show you this other little quick one I made. I'm sorry, I apologize for the cruddy looking nature of these. I threw these together pretty quickly. I'm sort of living off of caffeine right this moment. The second video I'm going to show you is the problem, in case you don't already understand what's going on. If the water drops below the level where the fuel rods are, they become exposed to air. Uranium is pyrophoric. It likes to burn, and as it does burn, it will release radioactive iodine and cesium, which are the two most deadly things that it can release. Uranium is deadly, sorta. I mean, you don't want to like eat it, but if I had, you know, a cube of cheese sized piece of uranium 238 sitting in my room, and a cube of cheese sized cesium 137 sitting in my room, the uranium would annoy me. It would produce a lot of radiation. It would be hazardous to my health over time. The cesium would cause me to die. So, you decide which one is more deadly. Besides, your body will suck that, you know, cesium right up. It will to a degree with uranium, but not as much. So uranium is way less deadly than cesium-137. Cesium-137 is horrible. This is what they use to calibrate my Geiger counter with. Ugh. So here, without delay, is that video. You'll notice the rods have a control rod inserted in between them, and you'll notice the water drops down, and then you'll see what happens. It's very simple, crude animation, really. Alright, so that is what's going to probably happen, or has already happened, if they can't do anything about the water. we'll hope the seawater injection works, and we'll hope the containment system holds, because that's really what it boils down to. The containment system needs to hold. By the way, if you go to TEPCO, that's TEPCO .jp/EN, that's the Japanese power company website. They have a full listing of what's going on with the cores right this moment, including real information and not the goofy stuff you get off the news. So anyhow, this is Tom from antiproton.com. Hopefully everything goes well.